Hi everyone, and welcome back to Easy Cooking with Linda B. I hope you all had a wonderful Christmas, but now it's time to think about New Year's. Bob and I usually spend New Year's Eve alone at home, watching some of our favorite TV shows, having a glass of wine, and also snacking on this awesome dish that I'm going to show you how to make. Some of my YouTube friends have requested that I make this for you, and it is called Baked Stuffed Shrimp Casserole. Now you may have gotten a glimpse of it in my last video, which was my Christmas Eve dinner special. I'll show you how I put it all together. So what you'll need to make this dish is the star of the show, which is shrimp. Now when I bought these, it's a 1 pound bag. These are 1620. That means they're a little bit larger shrimp. And there are exactly 19 in here. So what I'm going to do with that, of course, I have garlic, lemon zest. I'm using imitation crab meat. I'm going to use a sleeve of buttered crackers, butter, lemon juice from a fresh lemon, salt and pepper. I also like to add a little bit of pepper flakes. I did not do that Christmas Eve because there's some people that don't like the heat. And I'm going to use parsley. And one thing I want to tell you too, when you thaw and peel your shrimp, don't throw those shells away because you can make a nice shrimp stock out of it. Just put it in your freezer, and then when you're ready for it, just grab it out and then you can work with it. So now I'm going to show you step by step what I do. The first thing I want to do is melt my butter. So I have my pan heating up. I'm putting it on a low heat. So I will get this melted, and then once it's melted, I will add my garlic and lemon zest and pepper flakes, and I'll get them cooking. Okay. So I'm going to put in now my garlic. I have the pan very low, so I'm not worried about it burning at this point. And my lemon zest. And some pepper flakes. Bob and I do like a little bit of the heat. I never used to. I kind of grew a taste for it as I got older. Now I really enjoy it. So I will turn the heat up just a little bit more to get it working a little faster for me. Okay, so what I want to show you too is I have a casserole dish that I buttered sprayed because I don't want the shrimp to stick to it when I bake it and try to pull it out. Okay, so I'm going to cover this up. Let that melt down. As you can see, the butter is starting to melt more. So what I want to do now is I'm going to take a baggie. I'm over here. And I know some people crush the crackers right in the sleeve, but every time I do that, it splits open on me, which I'm surprised because I normally have a difficult time opening them, but hey, it worked out well for me. So I'll drop the crackers right into the sleeve. Move these things out of the way. I'm going to use my meat mallet, and I'm going to lightly crush these crackers up. I don't care if there's some bits that are still whole. I mean, I don't want a whole cracker, but I don't mind if they're larger pieces in that. Now I'm not going to do anything with this quite yet. I will add this in the end of my cooking. Okay, so meanwhile, back at the pan, wrong spatula. As you can see, it's still taking a little bit of time for the butter to melt down. But I'll get right back to you as soon as I get this where I want it to be. Okay, the butter has melted, and I'm cooking it very low because I want to cook the rawness out of that, the rawness out of the garlic. But what I'm also going to do too is I will add a few parsley flakes. I meant to do that before. Sometimes I get ahead of myself. Okay, we're just going to let that cook low. So now the next thing I want to do is show you how to prepare the shrimp for the casserole. Okay, I'm going to put my casserole dish here. Oops, sorry about that. All right, I'm going to take the shrimp. I'm not going to leave them whole. I want to butterfly them. Now these have already come deveined, which is great. So I have a line to work with. So with my paring knife, I'm going to carefully cut through the back of the shrimp like that. And I'm going to, at the bottom, kind of split it open. But if you don't want to take the time to do this, that's perfectly okay. You could just simply lay the shrimp out into your casserole dish. So I'm going to start out by putting it like that. And it folds down and sits up nicely. So what I will do is I'm going to work on the shrimp. When I'm finished, I'll come back and I'll show you how to finish off the stuffing. Back to the stuffing mix. The butter has melted, the garlic and the red pepper flakes have cooked along with the lemon zest. Actually, at this point, I'm going to add a little bit of lemon juice in here too. I don't put too much because Bob is not a big fan of lemon. He loves lemon bars, but something with savory he doesn't like. So I'm going to turn this down to low. I will add now my imitation crab meat. I have about 4 ounces of this here. I only used a half a package. Gonna stir this in, get it all coated with the butter. This is already fully cooked, so you don't really have to worry about heating this through because it will heat completely in the oven. Now, at this point, I'm going to turn off the heat and I will add my cracker crumbs all at once. And now, carefully fold them in. I wanted to get all that butter on here, and it's okay if they're not completely saturated because again, as it cooks, the butter is going to continue to melt. The crackers will absorb that butter. Okay, that looks really good. For a little more color, I'm going to add parsley. And then I'm going to add just a little bit of pepper. The crackers are very salty, so I'll just put some pepper in there. Okay, and then I'll show you what we do next. The stuffing is made, the shrimp are prepared. As you can see, I've laid them out in the casserole. This is the cut side. I put right side down. And now what I want to do is add just a couple little pats of butter, just to give it more flavor. So you just cut small pieces off, kind of dot it around. You don't need a lot. Put as much as you'd like on there. So I'm only gonna put a few. I think that's good enough now. Okay, now the next step is to get this assembled. So I have my stuffing, which I've let cool a little bit. I don't want to put hot stuffing directly onto the cold shrimp. So I'm going to grab a little bit here, kind of pick up the back ends of the shrimp. Now, of course, you could just go ahead and plop it all on. I just have a way of doing things, that's all. And you're probably going to say to yourself, well, wait, where's the shrimp? Well, the key is to make sure you pull up those tails like this as you're assembling it, so that the tails will peer through the stuffing like that. So you just got to work with this. So now I'm going to continue getting this all stuffed and I will show you what it looks like when it's put together. Here it is, all assembled. I have the breadcrumbs all around the back side, all on top. I pulled out as many tails as I could find. Now, we're going to put this in a 400-degree oven. I'm going to start this out at about 15 minutes, maybe 12, because depending on the size of the shrimp is going to depend on how long it will take to cook. But I'll start to check it, and then when it's done, I'll let you know exactly how long it took. Okay, here it is. It took exactly 15 minutes. You want to make sure the internal temperature of shrimp reaches 145 degrees Fahrenheit. Now it's time to taste this, and I cannot wait. I'm gonna reach in, and as you can see, this is how the shrimp looks. It's perfect. I did let it sit and rest for a while so it could carry over cooking. And I'm gonna take a few more. Be much easier to eat because I did remove the tail shell. So I'm gonna get right in here. Okay, here we go. Oh gosh, they look beautiful. And now I'm gonna cut it open. All right, here we go. I have always loved shrimp. Shrimp is high in protein. Don't want to eat too much of it. It will elevate your cholesterol a little, so be careful with that. But otherwise, it's awesome. I'll put it away. I'll eat the whole thing. That shrimp is delicious. I want to direct you to a new friend of mine. His name is Brad. He has a channel called Purely Sounds. If you're looking for relaxation, you want to kick back, kind of zone out, he has got some amazing videos of beautiful sounds, beautiful animals, beautiful architecture, whatever. I will list the link to his channel below. Please stop in and say hello to him. So I hope you enjoyed watching me make this video of the baked stuffed shrimp casserole. I want to wish everyone a very happy and safe New Year. I'm very adamant about that, everyone. Please be very careful if you're out on the streets. And remember, enjoy life and never stop learning. Bye now.